Right, we're back. I'm ready. Now I know. Looking for my special guest, Point Boro head football coach, the young head football coach, the young success coach at Point Boro High School. Right, stop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get on. Get on. Come on. Tempo. Come on, tempo. What's up, coach?
What's up, Coach? How are you?
This is awesome. I love
Yes,
it.
it is.
This is a great stuff. I wish I could do this all year and not coach. And no parents to blame me for anything, right?
Exactly. It's a good idea.
This is fantastic, and thank you for coming on our show today. The Barnegat community was excited going on to come listen to you. Of course, your community, and we're going to have fun for 20, 25 minutes, right?
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Let me introduce my special guest today, who I have a lot of respect for. First of all, he's a success story. State champion quarterback at Brick Memorial, won a championship there under Walt Curry, correct?
Correct.
Love Walt. Awesome guy. And the success now, you coming in as a coordinator at 25 years old, and a couple of years later becoming the head coach at 27 years old. I have a lot of respect for that because I knew I got the job at Barnegat at 31, and I started out with the lower levels and moved on up. You went right with varsity, got right into the mix, and I'm excited to hear how it came about because from the outside in, I'm amazed how successful you are so quick, and you have such a bright future, and so does your program. Really great story that we're going to hear today with that. So I'm with Brian Staub, the head football coach at Point Boro High School, and like I said, he's got a lot of bright stuff going on in the future with that. All right, Coach, let's start off with quarantining. How are you doing with quarantining in your household?
Yeah, we're doing well. We're just trying to stay busy, trying to stay on a routine, working out, checking in on my students. I'm a phys ed teacher, so making sure they're okay, staying active, and then checking in on our football players, making sure they're all good, sending at-home workouts. Some have weights, some don't. Either way, you can still get better as a football player. And myself, just trying to stay active, working out, doing some football things, watching film, talking with our coaches about either personnel or schemes. We kind of live and die for football. So
yeah,
trying to stay busy and trying to stay on, some type of schedule, I think is important.
Yeah, as a head coach, it's very tough for us because we're not in control right now. And we're at the mercy of, have the kids doing the right stuff. My thing is communication. And I sent out a message early this morning, questionnaire on Google Classroom, and I got 30 out of 65 that did it. And you don't know who saw it, who did it, and you just want to make sure everybody's okay. But as a head coach, we're not in control right now, and it's really, really tough with that. Listen, we always joke around, our coaches, about, washing your hands and staying clean, and then you got to social distance. In football, we tell our guys to get their hands in the dirt, get dirty, and swarm to the football and create pileups. We got to change a little bit right now, huh?
And it's completely different. It's unusual. It's weird, but I think everyone's just got to adapt and stay positive. Hopefully, we get back out there as soon as we can.
It's a bizarre scenario what's going on, and you being a young coach, and we even had Coach Priscilla on. You're both living this at the same time, so you're both. It's a very, very unique situation we have with this coronavirus.
Yeah, I think we're all in the same. We're all in the same boat. No matter what day we get out there, everyone, the playing field is even, and I think everyone just wants to get back out there.
I told our football players 6 weeks ago that we got to treat this like an opponent, and our teammates are everybody. Point Boro, Tom Drivers, all that, and we got to social distance to attack this coronavirus, so therefore we can go on to normal routine. That's what we got to do. It sounds like the kids, for the most part around here, are doing a decent job with social distancing, right?
Yeah, I agree. They got to stay on top of their schoolwork. We always preach finish everything strong, so they got to finish off the school year strong, and you know, as long as they keep their grades up, they're working out, practicing social distancing, that's really all they can do right now.
Right. If there was no quarantining, there'd be no talk show right now. Because
Exactly.
I was something else. I got to do something, man.
Got it.
But this is awesome, man. I have so many people that refuse to come on here because they say, I don't want people to see my face. Like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
man, I'm ugly all the time. I ain't stunning people.
I think it's a great idea. It's awesome.
We're having fun with this. We're going to talk about a little bit different stuff with you. Right now, I want you to talk about your resume, about when you were a little kid starting football. I love hearing the process on how coaches got to where they're at. And that's what I want our program to hear is guys, how they got to where they're at. And we know that you're a head football coach now at Point Boro. Tell me how you started football and walk us through each step and anybody on the way that maybe helped you get to that next level, which got to be a head coach here. So that's why I want to hear about your steps leading up to being a head coach.
Sounds good, because there's definitely a lot of coaches that, were helping me along the way and got me to this position. But started playing football, contact football when I was 7 years old, all through Brook Memorial Pop Warner system. Then played high school at Brook Memorial under current head football coach Walt Curry, who, is just the option guru. Whether you run triple or you're in the shotgun, more RPO stuff, he's just the guy.
Yeah.
From there, went to Springfield College and played all 4 years. It's small Division III school in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Played quarterback, wide receiver, and defensive back there. And then I was fortunate.
What conference was that?
It was Empire 8 for the first 3 years, and then Liberty League for my senior year. But yeah, like Ithaca, Salisbury, Alfred.
Mm-hmm. Good football.
Definitely some good football.
Yeah.
From there, I was fortunate to have Coach Curry want me on his staff right after graduation. So spent 3 years as an assistant there, coaching running backs and defensive backs. And then, I just happened to have a couple of best friends coaching at Point Boro. They put in a good word for me under head coach Matt Soleno. He kind of just trusted their word. And then in 2016, I came to the Boro to run the offense. And after the 2017 season, which was a special one, Coach Soleno decided to step down, spend more time with his 4 kids. And, they trusted me to, just take over and run the ship, hopefully keep it going.
He told me when he stepped down, when I talked to him on the phone, he said, program's in good hands. I didn't know you any more than being just an assistant coach, but he was very comfortable with the program being in the right direction when he left. He definitely was right with that right there. And, it's amazing that how quickly you became, when you're an offensive coordinator, let's talk briefly about that. A little different than position coach.
Yeah.
Your responsibilities elevated, and with that comes with headaches too. It comes with headaches because you're the next guy in line to be at a higher with a head coach, along with the defensive coordinator too.
Yeah. You
really didn't go through those years of wanting to be an offensive coordinator. You got kind of thrown right into the fire, didn't you?
Yeah, it happened quick. And, I guess as an offensive coordinator, you better surround yourself with good position coaches. You got to trust your assistants, and they're going to make you look good, if you have the success. So we're fortunate at the Boro to have great assistants. We're very tight-knit coaching staff that feeds off one another. So, we were able to have some success in those early years. It was a lot, but you just have to be organized. You have to be prepared. I think you have to embrace the process and you better know what you're talking about.
But you had to win a lot of people over, because here you are being 25 years old, getting thrown in to be a coordinator. You're only, 7 years older than some of the high school kids.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you had older coaches with you. So there was a lot of, potential negative stuff to go on, but you probably went in there, won people over right away, which is
I think there's maybe some doubts in the beginning, but as long as you're confident and you communicate your message and your vision clearly, once you start having success, everyone just bought in. And again, it was, Coach Curry's, he's a great coach, but he's even a better teacher. And, he taught me, all about the option. Then I was fortunate to go to Springfield College that also runs the option. So now, I've been in the system for 6-7 years as a player, just kind of taking it all in. And then, when you have your chance, you're going to grab, what you feel are the best things from each program and kind of mold it into the system that you want. And that's exactly what happened.
I remember talking with Kevin Williams and Ed Luca while you were an assistant, and they praised you back in the day, and speaking very highly. You had a strong head on your shoulders, and you had a bright future. And you know what? Looking back, they were right. You won people over. You were confident when you talk, and you're confident right now, rightfully so. When you talk, and it's impressive. And confidence reaches to the kids and the coaches, and that's why good programs are out there, man. Tell me right now, as a head football coach, your first 2 years. Talk about your first 2 years, and why is it easier your third season? Now, I'm kind of talking easier, even though there's coronavirus, but you know that going into your third season, you're a better head coach than you were 2 years ago. What did you learn on your way your first 2 years?
For sure. I think the first time you do anything, you're going to be a little bit unsure of what exactly is coming about. And, one of the things I learned is you just got to be a great communicator. You have to outline everything. You have to tell every single coach your expectations, and you have to hold them accountable. And that's exactly what we do at the Boro. And, you have to communicate the game plan effectively to your players so that they understand exactly what their job is. We always say, just do your job. Do your 1/11th. One of Coach O'Connor, our defensive coordinator, one of his favorite phrases, do your 1/11th. And that's going to fit into the bigger scheme. So, there was a little bit of a learning curve, but at the same time, Coach Solano set me up with such a smooth transition. He got all the paperwork in. He was extremely organized. I'm an extremely organized guy. And as long as you're organized, you're prepared, and you're confident, you're going to set yourself up for some success, hopefully.
Yeah, and as a young coach, you've been involved in the committees with myself, with all-star teams. And I mean, you're definitely in, helping out the short conference too, not just Point Boro. But your coaching staff is outstanding. I love watching your coaches work. You got a bunch of guys that, to me, it looks like that you all care for each other. You're all around the same age. You care about the kids. The community embraces your coaches, and they're multi-sport coaches, right? Can you talk a little bit about your coaching staff?
For sure, and that's the truth. We're extremely close. We're all best friends. We hang out in season. We hang out out of season. We're always talking football. And one of the cool things is every single one of our varsity assistants played at Point Boro, which, I think is a little bit uncommon, but, we're just fortunate to have them. But I'll rattle them off. Our defensive coordinator, Shane O'Connor, played quarterback at the Boro, set multiple records, played Division III at Muhlenberg.
He was good.
He is good. He was a good one. Our special teams coordinator, Tom Warrock, he played Daniel, his older brother, Rob Warrock's one of the better triple option QBs in Boro's history. We have 2 offensive line coaches. Coach Canary, he played at Maine. He was an academic All-American there, which was awesome.
I remember all that, yeah.
He's a big dude. He can move. And our other line coach, he's pretty big too, Kyle Ryan. He played at Albright. Switching over to the defensive line, Dan Trimkowski, he's a Boro grad, as well as Eddie Kendall, who also played at McDaniel, which is kind of cool. And then we have Dave Johnson, our wide receiver coach, who was quarterback for Boro back in the day, and Ty Hughes, who played running back at Albright. So it's certainly tight-knit. All of our coordinators were 28. People think that's young. We don't really think we're that young anymore. But
got a lot of excitement. That's it.
Yeah, what we lack in experience, we definitely bring with energy and excitement.
Yeah, and the kids will run through the wall for you guys, which is obvious watching you guys play. And the excitement when we played the first game, so much excitement in the stands and on the field. And it really was nice to see that type of atmosphere with that. But playing against you guys, defensively, you're going to force us to be aggressive. You're going to be fundamentally sound with that 3-3 stack coming at us. And then offensively, with that triple option, you just go the wrong way and you're off to the races. Very fundamentally sound and aggressive on both sides of football with you guys with that. And your coaches, though, have so much high energy. That's what I've always noticed. And then I watched them I love watching multi-sports coaches go at it in the other sports. And it's just great to have coaches around the kids all around the clock.
Yeah, it's awesome. They're definitely passionate. We're definitely intense. Maybe sometimes a little bit too excited on the sidelines. We're trying to calm down a little bit, but it's tough. We still think we're playing sometimes. So
nothing wrong with that, coach. Nothing wrong with that. And about multi-sports, I always tell our kids, you want to play, college coaches. Everybody likes talking about college. College coach, if you are getting recruited and you just play football and then the other kid plays 2 or 3 sports, they're taking the other guy over the guy who puts everything in the eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Your guys at Point Boro are, the wrestling team stuff, the basketball team is tough, the baseball team is tough, and they're and like that Boro linebacker is a wrestler, that kid's a basketball, baseball player, the big 6'6" dude that came out, like what? The guy who had I'm surprised he didn't get drafted after that game. But you got multi-sport athletes, because when you took him on your roster, I was like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing on that dude.
We finally got the young brothers out for their senior year, but it's the truth. We preach playing multiple sports. Most of us as coaches did it, and it is awesome when you have other coaches coaching multiple sports. A great example, our 2 freshman football coaches, Pat Brady, he's the head wrestling coach and the head lacrosse coach.
Right.
So I think that's awesome. Just every athlete in the school is accountable, and the other freshman coach is Dave Drew, who's the head varsity baseball coach, and he's done a great job. And he's
from Boro, he's from Beach, right?
He's from Beach, yeah, but he's a great guy. He bleeds black and gold now instead of the red and white.
Yeah, that's awesome, coach. It's something about a Boro kid you don't mess with because they're loyal. They're loyal, and if you mess with one, you got 7, 8 of them coming from behind. You're like a herd. I love that. I love that you're a tight community. That's what we're trying to do here at Barnegat. Year in, year out, no stuff. But you got the right people around your kids all the time, making it that much easier with that. Now let's talk about your returning guys. You got to come back. You don't have to talk all about individually, but I know you're excited about the future of Point Boro because you got some pretty good kids coming up.
Yeah, we are. The past 2 years was tough. We really only returned 1 or 2 starters, and experience at the high school level is so big. But for this upcoming year, we returned 5 on offense, 4 on defense. We're certainly excited about that. I know you bring several starters back as well, right?
We're not playing it.
I know we're not. Right?
It's awesome.
I know.
No, I hope you're really good.
Yeah, we had some good battles back in the day. Maybe in the upcoming years, but no, we're excited. We just want to get out there, and we all just love football. So.
And you got them to the state playoffs, so they have that case and they're ready to go this
year. Yeah, for sure. So in 2019 we just fought, we called, and we made it to the playoffs, which was one of our goals. But
good. Let's talk about this confusing thing called schedule.
Yeah.
Okay? Because every sport plays in the B South.
Yeah.
Yourself and myself, except football. They change it every year.
Yeah.
So you don't even know. I don't even know the name of our conference.
Well, they change it every year.
I don't understand why they don't do that for other sports, but for football they do. And we play teams from Monmouth County for no rhyme or reason. They try and bunch you together because of your records or whatever they say. We don't know, but that's crazy. So when I'm asking you your schedule, I'm not really sure who are you playing this year that was different.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to rattle off. We open up with a non-division Shore Regional, who was in our division last year, but non-division this year.
Very good. Yeah.
Tough program, well coached, he's so fundamentally sound. Then we go to Raritan, who we usually play. Again, another tough. Yeah. They beat us up last year. Then we're going Neptune, which is interesting. We played them in 2018, so we're excited for that challenge. Then we go Colts Neck and TR South. We 4-5. Played Colts Neck in 18. I don't remember if or when the last time Boro played TR South, so that's different.
Wow.
And a bye week, and then we have the good rivalry game with Swan that we all, we love doing that. And then Red Bank Regional, followed by Lakewood. So a good, tough schedule. I think every single week you're going into a battle, and you better be prepared. You better bring your A game. But yeah,
It's great stuff. If I interviewed those coaches, you know what they'll be saying about you guys? The same thing you just said about that.
Tough.
That's a good football program. That. Sometimes we got to tell our kids, our coaches, look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because we always look at the other people, go, wow, they're big. And you turn around, we're just as big, right? You guys, and what? Everybody speaks that about you guys.
Yeah.
So Point Boro is that program that you know that is going to be, no matter what year, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Tough football team with that. So,
the biggest. But
I wish we were still playing. I thought it was a nice traditional game to play.
Local.
I don't get the schedule. I know my AD's probably watching. I don't understand it, but it is what it is, and I don't know how to explain it to the kids.
There's definitely some head scratchers, but you just got to take what you get. And
why can't basketball, baseball do the same thing they do like with us? Like just change it up according to.
Yeah, I like playing the same teams. Like you said, say you guys beat us in 18 and then we win in 19. It's good back and forth rivalries. So it's a shame that we don't get to play each other because we had some good ones.
Yeah, we got to play some teams out of the short conference. It's nuts. But bottom line is, football season is right around the corner. We're going to get back to normal. We are. We're getting ready for the season like you are too. And there's going to be no bumps in the road. We're going to be there for our kids. And hopefully our kids have more appreciation of school and the family and the football family right now. Being away from everybody, I'm very curious to see how quickly we get together tight. I'm sure you too, right?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think if there's one of the positives that came out of this whole experience, it's, don't take anything for granted. Don't take a single practice. Don't take a single lift, a meeting, a walkthrough. Obviously, game days, don't ever take that for granted because you never know when it could end, whether it's an injury or, something like this going on. So I do think the kids will be very excited and even more excited than usual whenever we get out there.
We're known as a tradition. I never let a kid leave the football field without saying goodbye. So we never sign out on our attendance. We give a £1. Come in our office, they have to. And coach, we've had some tough times in our programs where kids flare up, boom, and they'll leave. Even though they're bad, but that's our thing. Now with social distancing, I got to do something else. I don't know.
What are you going to do?
Foot pound, I don't know what it is, but we all got to be creative. We all got to be creative, man. Hey, this was awesome having you on our show. And you got a great following right here. And very loyal coaches that I respect. Our coaches respect you guys, and we wish you the best. And let's make a pact. We both have great seasons, and we meet up in the state finals. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome.
That would be great, man. That would be awesome.
I love it.
Hey, all right, now let's have football. Let's be successful on and off the field, and keep doing what we love doing, and that's coaching, right?
Absolutely. Well said.
I appreciate it, man. 20. So how old are you right now?
You're 28. I'll be 29 in June.
I was 29 once too, but that was a long time ago.
How old are you now? 35?
I'm 49.
49? You don't want to
I tell people I'm 30 years old with 19 years experience.
That's it. Nothing wrong with that.
Right? So, I love people's reaction when they see me go, oh, I thought you were younger looking. Like, what? Not that bad? But it is what it is, man. I got a bunch of young coaches around me to get me going too, because, you get to the point where, am I too old? Am I that? But I got young guys keeping me young. Pretty young.
It's probably pretty cool to get past play. Do you have any past players on your staff?
Oh yeah.
That's gotta be cool.
I got one coming on tomorrow. My head cross coach, my receiver coach, and DB coach, Pat Moran, also on my staff. Yeah, I've actually coached kids that are teachers in our school. I was a 22-year-old coach at Southern Regional, so I've had some good memories of coaching guys and seeing them grow up. 8 administrators been out of our program. That's pretty cool.
That's wild.
And then one head coach, Steve Fentz, who's at New Egypt High School. So that's pretty cool. So it's awesome.
Play out.
So I got to get Walt Curry on here too.
You do. I'm telling you.
Walt
He would
Curry.
love it. We'll get his whiteboard out. He's doing RPO stuff now. Starting last year.
Whatever Walt does, he's good at.
He is. He's the guy. He's going to run some form of option, whether he's under center or shotgun. And I know that RPO stuff, that kind of falls into what you guys like to do sometimes, right? So
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
It's hard to do against a 3-3 stack. I mean, if you're doing RPO football and you're playing man, the read might be to throw the football, but you still got to shed that defender. So you're playing man, in terms of post-snap reads, you're kind of taking that away. So how teams for RPOs, if you're in man, they run speed option. You don't run speed option, but that's what teams would do with you guys. But you guys are good with what you do. You force teams to be very aggressive, and with that, you're making teams uncomfortable.
True. Yeah, it is. It's a a tricky defense. You don't see it too much, I guess.
But I think people are starting to evolve, seeing what guys like you do, and say, "Hey, let's kind of." Football's a copycat sport.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
I love those video games when people play those computer college football games.
Yeah.
I like playing your offense.
Yeah.
You run the option.
Yeah.
I don't know how to teach it.
You see what works. Now you try and steal from the best. You look at the the Rumsons, an Alpin, and something. Wall past success. And you just you talk to them and see what they're doing and see if you can fit it into your program.
When you played us and having that big 6'6" or 6'5" kid there, he made such clutch plays.
He did, because we couldn't really run the ball on you guys, and that's obviously what we want to do. But he bailed us out.
Coach, he made plays. What nice throw by your quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But he had 3 catches for like 180-something yards and dynamite plays with that. Wow. So
that was big. We were definitely excited for him to come out.
He graduated, right?
He graduated. Yeah. He's a good baseball player too. So I hope somehow they can figure out.
Please let us know there's not another 6'6" kid in the hallway, ready to come out.
Right. He doesn't have any younger brothers. I'll say that. But
I remember seeing you guys in the scrimmage going, "Who is that? Dude."
And his twin brother is pretty good too, Cole.
Yeah.
He's a little shorter, but he was a good one too.
Lewis, what is he, only 6'5", the other kid?
Yeah, exactly.
That is so awesome, man. But, it's amazing that he played 1 year and he played at that level.
Yeah, that just shows the athlete he was. He played basketball and baseball all 4 years. So we tried each year, and they finally trusted us to come out, which was awesome.
And you trust because your basketball coach and your baseball coach endorse you guys. You're all working together. Hey, nobody's fighting each other.
That's it. And why would you not want to play more than one sport? I love the three sport athlete. It's a little bit dying out, but I think it's going to make it turn around. But you should always play 3 sports.
A lot of the kids like to listen to their AAU guys or some, I call them agents out there, giving them advice when you got coaches in your buildings that are letting you know for their best. Better of their, performance in the high school and college, you should be doing this.
Yeah, we want them competing year round. We tell them we have all the time in the world to lift in the summer, and every sport now, goes to the weight room anyway. So track's another great one, especially for football. But yeah, we encourage it.
No, you can't substitute the tension of a game from another sport coming to play for football. You're in that spotlight. Instead of it being in a weight room, now you're nervous because it's 3rd and 4 and you got to make a play. You got to be able to you have to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's what we always tell our kids. You got to feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. We try and do that in our practices. But you're actually doing that when you're playing sports maybe you're not as great at, but you're still competing at the varsity level for baseball or basketball or whatever. But that's the thing. Kids don't like feeling comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that is talking like on here. Not everybody likes to talk live on Instagram because they think that they might make a mistake. But if you're comfortable with being uncomfortable, you're going to be
the only way. And that's the only way you're going to get better.
Right?
That's the truth. That's the truth.
So I I appreciate this talk. You know, I was looking forward to it all day, talking to you, man. You're an outstanding coach, a good role model for everybody right there. And it's nice to have another head coach out there that you can always just pick the phone up and call and talk football. And that's something that you've always been good with me, and I appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you, Coach, and
All right.
having me on. And I hope we all get out there as soon as we can.
Do you ever see Lee Linton?
No.
Lee Linton? Well, my buddy, I think he owns or he manages the Idle Hour.
Okay.
I went to school with him.
Yeah.
And so every time I go to Boro, he's like, "You got to come here." And, like, first of all, I don't drink, I don't do that. So if you have good food, I'll go there.
Yeah.
But Lee Linton, I went to school with. So if you ever see him, tell him I said hello.
I will. I'll hunt him down.
I appreciate it, Coach. You stay safe, and we're going to be going to the football field real soon. All right? Thank you, Coach.
I'll talk to you soon.
Bye. Bye.